Today we're going to talk about academic journals, what an academic journal is, and how you might go about reading an academic journal article. Well, an academic journal is written by field experts. These are people who spent their life studying the topic and know a lot about it inside and out. All the articles in an academic journal are peer-reviewed, meaning other field experts who also know a lot about the subject have looked at the articles before they ever get into the journal. All academic journal articles contain bibliographies that tell you the resources that the author used to support his or her research. They also have abstracts at the beginning, which are summaries of the research. All academic journals are, shockingly, research-centered. There's some kind of experiment or meta-analysis where a researcher has taken many different studies and come to a conclusion about them. Here are two different journals. The one on the left-hand side is an academic journal of science, meaning that it's written by experts in the field of science who then peer review the articles that go into it, that are oftentimes a research study. The one on the right is a periodical. That means it's either published once a week, once a year, or maybe twice a year. And it's not peer reviewed, so therefore it is not an academic journal. So why are people so afraid of academic journals? They're too long, the vocabulary is hard, the words are hard to understand, the ideas are even harder to understand, and it's very boring. But why are they important? Well, they're research-based. There's an experiment or study that's been conducted, and they support your ideas, which means if you have an idea about something like vaccinations, you use a research-based study in an academic journal to support your theory, and it makes you sound more credible. So, how do you read an academic journal article? Don't look like this guy. First, you have to understand the parts. There's always an abstract at the beginning that helps you understand what the overview of the research is. There's always an introduction. This is the part where the researchers tell you why they did the research, and they offer you their research questions that help guide the research so that you, the reader, can follow along. There's always background research. This is where the researchers go back into time and show you how the ideas have evolved. There's also methodology. Methodology is where they tell you how exactly they did the study. This is so that you, should you ever want to, replicate a study, you can by looking at the methodology and following what they did. Next, they're going to tell you their results. Often these are provided in tables, charts, figures. These results are then commented on in the conclusion, where they tell you a summary of what they did and what they found, and maybe avenues for future research that you, as a new researcher, might take. So, how do you take notes? Well, first you want to ask yourself, what was the problem I was trying to solve, that the researchers were trying to solve? Well, write that down. Also, write a brief summary of the methods. These are great to bring up in class because that's often a place where people have questions and it can lead to some wonderful critique. Next, what were the conclusions? How did they support or negate your ideas that you were trying to support? So success. You now know what academic journals are, why they're important, the parts of an academic journal article, and how to read academic journal articles. You're ready to go. Good luck.